Do you think that Robinhood can overtake
Hell
Binance?
no.
Oh, come on. No, wait. Let's slow down. What, Rick? No 12K Bitcoin?
Bro, I cannot see Bitcoin ever hitting 12K again.
The content presented in this podcast is intended for informational and educational purposes only. It should not be considered as financial advice, and listeners are encouraged to conduct their own research or consult with a qualified professional before making any investment decisions. Crypto flip.
Welcome back to the Crypto Flip podcast. I am your host, Harris King, and I am joined again with my co-hosts, Ricardo and Deji. But before we get into the tasty news of the week, you know what we have to do? We have to get started with some crypto confessions from our favorite DJs.
Come on.
So let's get
It's on it,
started.
right?
Everybody is creating Solana tokens. So I created mine by watching YouTube videos. Burned 5k liquidity, kept 5% for myself. People were scamming and rugging, but I did honest work. Still, they did not buy. I lost all my money, bull market money. No reason to be honest in this space. My
Wait,
guy has regrets.
wait. His entire bull market money was 5K. He burned his entire bull market liquidity to create Solana token.
Well, it might have been more than 5k to be fair, because it
Ah,
sounds
what?
like he launched on Radium. So obviously he had to burn the liquidity, he has to do marketing, maybe get some use some of that marketing money for KOLs. There's a lot that goes into a Radium launch.
I got a mixed bag feeling because obviously, like, we all know the rug activity that's been going on in the meme coin market. It's insane. Like, no meme coin is safe. Even the best of them, when the
Real
market
talk.
crashes, sayonara your money, fam. So I hear his point, but at the same time, you can't blame people for the failure of your project. Like, you just can't, fam. You know what I mean? Obviously, you didn't do something right. Obviously, whatever you created, people were feeling it. You know what I mean? Because we didn't even hear about it. Dust yourself up and just make another one, fam. But 5K liquidity down the drain, fam. So it's a sticky one still. It's a sticky one still. Like,
I think what people don't understand, yeah, is your first meme coin launch is probably not going to be great unless you're an expert at launching projects. And I've seen
That's
some
true.
really good ones. I think, like, yeah, Harris, you sent one a little while ago called Degeners, like, which is like Avengers for degens, and it looks cool. But the problem is, you can spend a bunch of money up front and like make the best looking token, and then put it out there, and no one buys it, and you just literally get faded away because there's so many different meme coins. And yeah, I think it's a science, and I think it's a skill, and people that are really good at it are probably very undervalued, and they're very hard to find because they're probably launching their own shitcoin. And yeah, it's one of those things where you just have to practice. Practice makes perfect. But burning 5k of your own liquidity, call it a lesson, bro, because some people have lost way more.
Yeah, it's interesting because his first thing was like, why am I being honest and losing money when everyone else is scamming and making money? So he's gonna change his perspective. But I'll be like, listen, bro, don't change your perspective. What you should probably do is launch on something like Pump Fund where you don't have to seed your own liquidity. The startup costs are much, much lower. Obviously, it doesn't guarantee you go to Radium, but at least the maximum you're going to lose is like maybe $50 or something.
it
Even if
won't
you
be
sell
5K, that's
last
for sure.
2%, it's definitely not going to be 5k. You'll be the first one to buy because you're the dev, and even if everybody sells the token and you're the last one out, you're going to lose a minimal amount. So I'll definitely recommend starting on Pump Fund, for example. The second thing is there's so many tokens out there. It's hard to get visibility. So you have to do something innovative. Maybe
There
you have
you
to
go.
start a pre-launch group. Maybe, get some traction first before revealing the token. So I know that's a strategy that a lot of people are doing now, so that they have a community of people who are eager to wait to buy. Because now it's not like the start of the meme coin run where everything was just kind of going. Now that we're in a stage where a lot of people are launching meme tokens, you have to do something different to get noticed. Otherwise, it will just fall to the wayside. But for you, I would definitely suggest like Pump Fun as a way to launch your next project. And the second thing is, I think Rick posted X tweet that said a guy launched like 100 and something Pump Fun launches, and only like 30 something of them went to Radium. So it's really a numbers game at the same time. Now, you can't obviously play that numbers game if you're just launching directly on Radiant because it's too expensive. You can't be burning 5k liquidity each time. But you can do that on Pumped Up Fun. So all your problems will be solved on Pumped Up Fun. Come up with some innovative things. Look at the new metas. We don't even know what your meta was. Maybe you were just doing like Teletubbies and everyone else is doing China coins. So look at the metas, look at the trending events, and use Pumped Up Fun, and you should be fine, my friend.
Yeah, I completely agree with what you're saying, Harris. But I got one last thing to add. At the end of the day, let's just be real, innit? You created a meme coin, fam. What did you expect, fam? Were you gonna make a billion or something? Fam? Come on, man. Get out of here, man. Next,
That's
guys.
true. That's true.
Come on, man.
But yeah, man, don't give up. Let's see if you can launch the next $100 million meme coin. So, I was scammed out of 70 Bitcoin in 2012 when attempting to.
Wait, say that again. 70 Bitcoin.
I was scammed out of 70 Bitcoin in 2012 when attempting to sell them on eBay for the marked up price of $10 each. I had purchased them. I had purchased them at the market rate of around $5 at the time. One buyer bought up all 70 of my Bitcoin for about $70. After I sent the Bitcoin, they did a chargeback through PayPal and got all their money back. I was 17 at the time, and that was nearly all the money I had.
Wow. That is a blunder of epic proportions. Like, what the fuck? You tried to sell your Bitcoin via eBay for $10 at best. This guy's worse than the Bitcoin pizza guy, because at least he got pizza back and fed his family for that night. Yes, it was 10,000 for 2 pizza and a drink and a side, but still, he got something back in return. Man got scammed out of 70 Bitcoin, fam.
But 2012
but when
early,
you pre it, 2012 is bad value. When you pre it,
yes,
I think this guy is he wasn't in the worst situation, because my man basically got scammed at $350. That's what happened, and he lost $700. So he had a chargeback for $700, but that's peak, because actually it was a $700 plus the $350, so he had to pay $1,050, which is crazy and unfortunate. But at the same time,
wait, what? What do you mean you have to pay $1,050?
because of mad math,
No. So he paid $350 for the Bitcoin. Yeah.
Yeah.
He sold it for $700.
Yeah.
There was a chargeback for that $700. So he bought the Bitcoin for $350.
Yeah.
And
you already had it.
He had to pay the $700 as well. That's how chargeback works.
You mean he had to give it back?
He had to give the money back. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So he lost the Bitcoin and he had to pay the money back, the $700 that he sold it for.
Correct.
So it's peak. At the same time, though, I feel nothing but sorrow for my man still, because that is a dread situation to be in. At the
17
same
years
time,
old.
Yeah, I'm trying to hold back the words, but at the same time, bro, I don't know. It's only a grand, isn't it?
Bro, what do you mean? 70 Bitcoin right now is worth over $1 million, fam. Like, it's a
For sure.
all he had to do. Think about it. Yeah, what was he gonna do with the $700?
Maybe $5 million.
Yeah, so cool. So
$5 billion.
He gave away $5 million. He literally just gifted the charity. Yeah,
No, but he was gonna sell it anyway. If the guy was honest, he would have sold it for what? $1,000.
$700.
Okay, cool.
The thing is, I feel like he missed. I feel like this guy that bought it from him though for the 70 Bitcoin for the $700 and did a chargeback. Ultimately,
savage.
That guy probably didn't make any real money from it. Do you know what I mean? Like he's probably the kind of guy that sold it immediately. Like, fuck this, this Bitcoin shit. True. So nobody won out of this.
Oh, spent it on the Silk Road or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah, Silk Road,
spent it on some weed that he smoked. So it's a shame, but it could be worse.
It could be worse. But what I'm wondering is, obviously he was in mad early, like 2012. That's crazy early. I got in 2014.
That's what I'm saying.
17 years old.
But my thing is, at 17, what are you gonna do with that $700? You're probably gonna end up blowing it on useless shit. So you better just holding up the. You sound like you had rent to pay at 17. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You still live on your mother's roof.
Planned for the money,
your parents,
who knows? But
and
when it comes to it, it's
I don't get it. Since then, he's probably just hasn't recovered, bro. Because if he has recovered, he will have said something about it. But oh well, I'm still up. You know what I'm saying? But
True.
he hasn't not recovered. It looks like he's been his confidence got shattered, bro.
But you know what I've noticed about some of these guys that get in and then they just sort of rage quit because things don't go their way or they lost some money. It's like I made a lot of mistakes on my crypto journey from like day one.
You and a lot of people, bro. Trust me.
Of course. From day one, I've been in scams. I've lost like my first Bitcoin that I bought in 2014. There's so many things that's happened, but here I still am, and because in crypto there's always another opportunity. So you losing that money at 17, at 20, what was it? 2012, and what are we in now? 2024. That was 12 years ago. You're 29 years old now. And I hope you're just not watching from the sidelines. That's just basically my.
I hope he hasn't committed suicide, bro. I hope he hasn't, because being on the sideline, knowing that you give away that amount of money, fam, it's just like even the best of us takes us a lot to get back to where we like where you need to be. So yeah, man, like it's just crazy. Wow.
Yeah, man. It definitely is. Welcome back to the Crypto Flip Podcast. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, and leave us a review on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you like to listen to your podcasts, because we really appreciate it. I'm not asking for a good review. I'm just asking for a review. If you love it, that's excellent. If you hate it, you're a dickhead. But it's still okay. Don't worry about it. And we're going to start off with some breaking news. We obviously were touching new all-time highs in Bitcoin. So what do you, man, make of that? Bitcoin was hovering around 71K.
Yeah. Bitcoin is doing a nice move. I think started since Tuesday when people got the rumors that there might be some rate cuts around the corner. And then once it dropped, it just started like breaking out of its range. It was hovering around the 69K, 66K, and then having to break out towards the new all-time high. Hasn't quite broken it yet, but I think people are probably waiting to see what the US would do in terms of the rate cuts and stuff. But this is definitely good news. We're starting to get some momentum again. Altcoin market still looks a bit shaky, but if Bitcoin continues its run, the altcoin market and even the meme coin market will follow too. So just an interesting time. I think we could probably use one or two more few catalysts. Maybe the sovereign fund buying BTC, or maybe even Elon Musk making a comeback. So the catalyst is coming, and I think even if just US start cutting rates, it's a good enough catalyst to push it to that 74K plus range. And then if you can break that range now, then because we've tried it like 5 times, this is the 5th attempt to break the all-time high again. And if we break it this time, then yeah, I mean, I definitely see us making like a brand new all-time high around 80K plus. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to see what happens over the next few weeks.
So if we break it cleanly, do you think it will break and then drop, or do you think it will break and then maybe run to like
I think it will break and go to 80K, which is also another psychological level, and then there's probably a lot of sell orders, because the thing is right now there's a lot of untapped liquidity at that 74K range. So even if you attempt it because this will be the first time we've gone back to that 70K range in a long time. So if we attempt or get close to it and we break past it, it will only further propel it upwards with the untapped liquidity at the 74K range to push it to 80K. You know what I mean? So where we go from there, I don't know. But this is definitely good news for the crypto market, for sure.
Rick? Yeah, for sure. What do you think, Rick?
Yeah, so for me, looking at the liquidation map, basically Bitcoin is going to do the thing to wipe out the most amount of people as possible. And so if we break 71 properly, I see it going up.
Right now we're 71.1, so kind of broken 71.
Yeah, so looking at the liquidation map, if we break like 71,400 and Bitcoin wipes out all the liquidations, all the sales, yeah, there'll be sales, all the sales like throughout that whole process, then I reckon I can see that will go up to something like 74. Because basically Bitcoin wants to wipe out the most amount of people as possible. And if it does that, it looks like it will land about 74 before we have some new resistance that gets met out of nowhere.
I don't think.
Yeah, I see.
I don't think 74K will be a resistance anymore because we've tried so many times to break through that range. So once we reach it again this time with the new added momentum, I think we'll definitely set a new all-time high. And well,
Yeah,
obviously we need a
definitely.
catalyst. We need a catalyst, but and then also I think one of the reasons why I'm a little bit hesitant to leverage trade Bitcoin is because I know the market makers are toying with us right now. They're playing with our emotions. They will like. I actually thought we had a good chance to be around some 3K right now, but then people saw it again. And then I saw one Donny trying his best to defend the 70K range, which he actually did successfully. But how long that will last, we don't know. So we need that extra added catalyst. And then I think that's all we need to break that 74K range. And it could happen sooner than later.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. But I definitely think we're up from here. I think we're up to probably about 80.
Wait,
Yeah,
Rick, what?
looking
No,
about
no,
80, 85.
what? Rick, no 12K Bitcoin.
12K Bitcoin.
Yeah,
Bro, I cannot see Bitcoin ever hitting 12K again. And if it does, hold tight me. I've missed something, but nah, bro.
nah, not in this bull run. Like when we like,
Yeah,
if people are still thinking we're in the bear market, then you're just a fucking moron. You just fucking got blinders on the sign. You live under a rock. Like we are no longer in
literally.
a bear market. So if you think we're still in the bear market, then bro, people are buying. Fam. There's more buyers than sellers. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Like
Bro, BlackRock, well, all the ETFs, there's been way more Bitcoin bought
inflows.
recently. There's
Hmm.
been way more Bitcoin inflows than there's been like people actually selling Bitcoin. The Bitcoin supply right now is in a dire need of more Bitcoin. Like the supply is crazy. The ETFs are eating up all the Bitcoin. Like retail still isn't here yet. It's mad, bruv. Like I just think it's smart money just doing smart things and they're just buying as much Bitcoin as possible. And right now, realistically, I'm pissed that I can't buy more Bitcoin.
Bro,
So I'm
Yeah.
going leverage. As I told you
you
man yesterday. I'm leverage
listen,
long.
listen. Did you already enter your leverage trade already?
No, no, no. No, I was DJing
Bro,
trading father last night.
but so I think it's going to be interesting because you said retail's not here yet, and then I 100% believe. If you look at the social metrics, if you look at the YouTube channel, the famous crypto YouTubers, their views is so low. Like you think we've just finished the bear market. That's kind of views that they're getting. So I fully understand like the retail's not, and the reason why retail's not here is because there's not that much liquidity in the economy. And then now that rate cut is starting to happen now, then liquidity will come and trickle down to the household. And then once we have people have spare cash to buy Bitcoin, Bitcoin, and speculate, and then trending towards more that risk on market, then bro, like retail will flood in, and then literally watch out, Harris.
Definitely, definitely. Yeah, I think it's interesting. In terms of the levels that you guys were talking about, I think that yeah, I agree. I think when we hit like mid 70s, 80, maybe you can even run to 90 before you even get another pullback. But the thing with Bitcoin is you can never quite predict, and anything that you predict in a bull market can potentially be severely undervalued in terms of where Bitcoin can go. But in terms of the wider market, yeah, I definitely agree with what you guys were saying. It kind of nicely leads into the next story, which is that the ECB cuts interest rates for the first time since 2019. The forecast was 4.25, and it went down to 4.25 from 4.5. So it went down by 0.25%, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it shows that interest rates are going in the right direction and things are starting to taper off now, at least with the European Central Bank. And it'll be interesting to see if the Fed do the same thing, because I think that is what everybody will be eyeing, because obviously America has a big influence when it comes to Bitcoin. And when that does happen, obviously it will take some of the pressure off, people's mortgages and all these other things, credit card
One
debt and stuff
million
like that,
percent. 1 million
which will
percent.
give people more spare cash and more free reign to do what they want. So I think, yeah, once we start seeing some of that liquidity, it's going to be, yeah, retail's going to come in, and then you'll start seeing auction season, etc., etc.
Yeah, so I just to further add to your point that you made, Aris, like as eloquently stated, I think the reason why this is like when I saw this yesterday, I was in the meet with my developers and I saw the breaking news. I literally jumped on my chat, like, yeah, because I thought, because I was anticipating rate cuts since April, then they've delayed it because they said the CPI inflation is still not where it needs to be. We've had a lot of discussion about inflation. Like Rick thinks inflation is fake. You know what I mean? Like we've had a discussion. By the end of the day, I feel like them cutting rate this early means there's potentially 2-3 more rate cuts this year before the end of the year, which sets up the crypto market to be extremely bullish for the Q4 and onwards. So if we're talking about Bitcoin making a massive push to 100K, if you're not positioned by the end of the year, you're just a dickhead, fam. You're a pure dickhead. Because when else are you going to fucking get in? You know what I mean? You're going to buy at 100K, and then when it replaces 50%, and you go like, oh, I lost all my money. So that's why I'm excited, because if US now cuts rate, that means US can potentially get 2 more rate cuts. So potentially from 4%, you can get up to like 3%, which is fucking banging. So that's why I think there's a lot of excitement and jubilant in the market now, and a lot of people are starting to speculate even harder than before.
I don't know if it's common knowledge. Well, it must be, because I see this on Twitter everywhere. But in my opinion, yeah, I feel like we're about to go through a point where governments across the world will follow America. And what America are going to do is they're going to start printing some more money. And when they start printing that money, we have quantitative easing, which is great. People are going to feel like they have more money. Debt's going to go up. People are going to lose further faith in the dollar, in the currency of their country. And bro, for us, that is time, bro. Like Harris said, that will be the catalyst that takes Bitcoin into the fucking stratosphere, bro. And for me, as I said, I'm just pissed I can't buy more Bitcoin like right now. Everyone sees 71 and think, oh shit, 71 is such a high number. What if it goes down? Bro, just the fact of the matter is, yeah, if you bought Bitcoin at any time in the past, today you'd have been in the money. Like literally any time in the past, bro.
That's true.
People are fucking stupid, bro. And people are going to hear this potentially, or not hear this, and still think, oh, you know what, Bitcoin is really high and I'm not going to get in. I'm going to wait until it retraces down to like 30K. Oh, you know what, Bitcoin at 30K was great. Bro, when Bitcoin is at 30K, you were saying, oh, Bitcoin at 30K is the best.
Let's wait for 12K BTC. Yeah, that's what I was saying. 12K BTC. Bro, I saw so many memes. Not even memes. I saw so many bears calling for 12K BTC. To be honest, I love the capo guy from Twitter. He has some amazing chart analysis. Like, but then again, he was very bearish until recently when we had that crash from, not even a crash, like correction from 70, the new all-time high, back down to 57K. But since then, he's been extremely bullish, and he's been adding to his long position. So, like, if the biggest bear in the crypto market is now turn bullish, what are you doing? Like, it's a no-brainer. And to your point about if you bought Bitcoin anytime to now, you'll be in profit. Bro, I can guarantee it. Bitcoin is going to 150K plus by January next year. Especially if Trump wins the election, fam. So 71K is nothing, fam. It's 71K is nothing. It's a discount, man. You know what I mean? And then think is the last point I want to make before I pass on to Aris is like, I hate it when this is why I don't talk to read. This is why I don't give out investment advice, because when you tell people don't watch the price, they just can't get out of their own way, because for some reason there's this psychological attachment to these high price barriers, the 40K, the 30K, the 50, I'm like, bro, if you keep waiting and folding your hand, you're never gonna get in. I have friends that are still on the sideline waiting to get in. Like, it's crazy. So it's like, best advice I can give to people is, if you want to invest, don't watch asset price. Just invest. Inflation is killing your cash anyway. Just invest. Yeah, man. That's all I have to say. Harris.
Definitely. So, some of you may remember from our last podcast, we were talking about meme coins, and one of those meme coins was Izzy Azalea's mother meme coin. And there was one meme coin trader that turned 3K into $9 million. So that's the power of getting in early, having high conviction, and being able to flip money.
Madness.
And this was reported on CoinDesk. So yeah, that's crazy because Mother's now reached a market cap of 200 million, which pains me to say because I saw it at 7 million and I thought, I don't know, maybe I'll wait for it to go down a bit more. That didn't happen. And then it's exploded since. Iggy Azalea's locked in. And it's probably one of the best performing celebrity coins out there, if not the best one.
Oh,
Because but to invest 3K in that is you have to have high conviction.
this guy had balls, bro. Are you mad? Man? We also Marvel when it just started, and we also all the other fucking celebrity coins start and dump straight after, or dump after a few days to lock in $3,000. You get me? Like to lock in $3,000 at that point, bro. You have the maddest conviction, but I back it, bro. You back yourself. 3,000 to 9 million. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bit jealous still. I'm trying to find if I can see his wallet on Dex Trader, but I cannot see anyone that made that kind of profit. The biggest P&L I see on here is 639k, and that's probably from developers selling their tokens because there was no buy, there was only a sell.
But maybe he hasn't sold yet.
But
maybe, but you can see token holders.
Possible for...
Oh shit! Okay, say no more. I can see token holders, and I can see the biggest token holder has a value of 9.3 million, but that is literally the highest token holder.
Is that him?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe, but
wait. So, quick question, Harris. So, this guy that made this profit, he's not the dev. He's not the guy that that was part of the development team, the launch team. Like even the owner doesn't have that much profit yet, or does she?
Well, Iggy Azalea said she holds 3% at the time.
So 3% now is worth what?
3% of
7.5 million.
So I'm not even make more than her.
Holder,
wow.
Maybe the second biggest holder I see has 3.64%.
So
and that
my
might be
thing is
7.4 million.
So my thing is like, I find it hard to believe you have more profit than the creator of the token without having some sort of like inside information.
Not necessarily. It depends because like if you go in bear in mind it launched on Pump Fun, and I know people that saw it on Pump Fun for 20k.
Oh my goodness! Don't say that. Don't say that. That's a blunder right there, fam.
You know, it's funny because they've actually banned the word Iggy Azalea from their Discord group, and I don't blame them. But yeah, I know people that saw it really, really early, and if they had invested a grand then or whatever, and then bought back, then they would.
Don't do the maths. Don't do the maths. Do not do the maths. I mean, this is a roaring kitty level trade right there, fam. If you bought at 20k, if you pull one back or even just 500 at 20k to 20 mil.
Let's be real though. Let's be real,
hell, bro. I need to get fam. Go on, Harry.
Let's be real. Let's really think about it. This Don must have lost bare peas on bare different coins to get to where he's at now.
1,000,000%, bro. Well said.
Bare peas. And I'm looking at this this really big wallet with 9.5 or 9.3 mil worth of Mother Iggy. Actually, it just went up, so it's 9.54 now. I'm looking at his wallet and I'm seeing, bro, he has hella misses, fam. Hella misses. SPL token, Pepe Diamond, Miski, Stardux, Stonks, Father Carti, Naza, Elon, Ballsy the Bull.
Wow.
So I don't know if this is a dev or this is somebody that just said, fuck this, I like the look of this, I'm gonna go in. But shit, my brother, inspirational, but that is mad risk management.
Yeah, 100%. And Rick, I'm so happy that you spoke on these losses that people don't see, because I'm tired of people only seeing the green side of this trade. You don't know. That one trade has changed his life, but up to that one trade, he probably was down to his last penny, fam. You know what I mean? So let's point it out, like, because I feel like we don't want to be inciting, you should definitely go all into meme coins. Listen, understand the risk that, listen, it's not easy to make 9 mil off a trade without going through a lot of pain, fam. So I'm glad you mentioned that. But one last point before I pass on to Harris. Like, listen, I'm all for people getting mad rich off the meme coin market. I love it. It's beautiful. Like, it's what I have to see. I like, I love how crypto can really redistribute the wealth to even the common people. But one thing I always say is when it's time for the bear market, boy, I want to shut that bitch all the way down, fam. Like, it's gonna be the sweetest joy ever, fam. I cannot wait. I cannot wait.
No, definitely, definitely. I think, yeah, you guys have more or less said it all. But the only thing I would like to add is that survivor bias is real. Obviously, I'm covering the story because it's something extraordinary and it's something that will obviously give a lot of people a lot of hope. But at the same time, you really have to bear in mind that these trades come like once in a lifetime, and there's a large percentage that he got lucky on this trade, and it only takes one, which is true too. But there's other people who have invested in similar tokens that at the same time there was a fake Iggy Azalea token that was launched on that same day. I was
See,
there at the time,
see,
and more or less went to zero. That was launched by Sahil, and then there was like loads of other Iggy Azalea tokens that were launched on Pump Fun as well, who were just launched by random devs that rugged or whatever. So there's so many things that you have to keep in mind, because like when Iggy Azalea launched on Pump Fun, I don't think she had tweeted about it yet. So you would have had to do certain background checks and
research,
just have
yeah,
conviction that this was the right one. So it's not as easy as, oh, let me find a celebrity token or let me find this trending token and just slap my life savings in it and I'll become a millionaire.
yeah,
It's
one
a
thousand
case
percent.
of a lot of the time, this you have to obviously do your checks and believe and have conviction and all the rest of it. But that doesn't necessarily guarantee that you're going to be able to, be the next $1 million trader of a specific
Yeah,
trade.
yeah. Hope and pray. Hope and pray. When it comes to meme coin, you also have to hope and pray, man. Because if you could do all your research and say, you know what,
Yeah,
this is the play, and then for some reason the stars are just not aligned because the developer had other plans. That Iggy is because if Iggy just sold her tokens and just dipped, then it becomes the CTO, and then we don't know if the CTO will survive without her. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like a lot of things have to go right for you to make. So yeah, it's definitely not. It's not easy to make a 9 mil profit off a trade in the meme coin market at that
at
as
all.
well. So yeah, what like I said, shout out to man. He what banging job, bro.
100%, 100%. So, crypto exchange Kraken is in talks for pre-IPO fundraising round. It seems like uh, Kraken is getting ready to list on the public markets. What do you make of that?
Kraken gonna do IPO.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. Like, wait, so let's look at let's go historically and look at people that have done IPO that are crypto based companies and have been successful. So off the top of my head, the only one that I know off the top of my head is Coinbase. But Coinbase has
Coinbase.
established
Yeah,
itself as probably the most legitimate crypto exchange in the world. You know what I mean? Started in the US and then I think very retail friendly. So they went through the IPO route rather than going through the exchange token route, which I think for I think kind of makes sense for what you're trying to do, depending on which market you're playing in. Kraken, I don't know much about Kraken. I don't know who owns it and who created it. So I find it hard to believe that they are going to do as well as Coinbase because Coinbase set the standard. And then right now, Coinbase is trending towards an all-time high due to all the good momentum stuff that we're getting in the crypto market. I think if you're gonna do it, now is probably the best time to do it because we're now in literally not in a cusp of a bull run. We're already in the bull run. So I think like the IPO should do fairly okay, depending on which market they launch. As long as they don't launch in London, they're okay. Like if you launch anywhere but London, your IPO will go well, literally. So are we gonna buy into this Kraken IPO? I'm not sure. I'd rather buy some coin stocks, in my opinion. But yeah, good luck to Kraken if they want to do this still. But they are gonna get some pushback from SEC because it's not gonna be a walk in the park.
yeah. It'll be interesting to see where they launch. There
It
has
has to be
been
the
other.
states, bro. It has to be in the states. They cannot launch anywhere else other than the states. You know what I mean? I
You
mean
say
that's
that,
where
but
all the
there was an exchange Voyager that launched in Canada, but they went bankrupt. So I don't know if they're the best case study, but they were public as well.
So I just did a quick search. So Kraken is a US based cryptocurrency exchange. So they're not going to launch anywhere
Okay,
else but the US. So the fact that
fair
they're
enough.
already homegrown kind of helps them. So if they've got some right advisors in place, they can grease the wheel for them to have a nice IPO. But yeah, I mean, we saw what happened to the Coinbase IPO when they IPO'd. It came out nice and then tanked for almost what 60, 70%, then started mooning slowly because of the momentum in the market. So it'll be interesting. It's one to keep an eye on, but there's better plays in the market, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. For me,
Agreed.
Kraken's been around forever. They still have fiat onboarding for the UK, fiat onboarding and offboarding, or on ramp. They do.
They do or they don't?
Kraken is an exchange
Oh, is it? Okay, didn't even know.
that
Are you currently using?
you know
are you
what?
currently
You
using
just
Kraken?
reminded
Rick?
me. I'm sure I have some tokens. Actually, no, I think I cleared out all my Kraken tokens. But I have a retail account.
Why did they clear out your tokens from Kraken? Why are you
I
not
just
using
took it
Kraken
off
as well?
because I could on ramp and off ramp via Coinbase. What I don't like about Kraken is their UI and their graphing, but I don't really like the graphing on Coinbase either. So as a centralized place to store your tokens, obviously you don't store them on centralized exchanges. But yeah, no, I've never had a bad experience with Kraken. Other than back in the past, it used to be a bit slow. Will I jump in on this IPO? I feel like if they're gonna IPO, I hear what you're saying. I feel like if they're gonna IPO, for sure now is the best time. But I'm still losing off Coinbase's IPO, to be honest.
Wait, I thought you sold that. I thought you sold that.
Yeah,
I thought
exactly.
you sold in a
Still
loss.
feeling that loss.
Wait, when did you buy? You must have bought like
Yeah, I bought it when it just
all-time
IPO'd,
highs.
which is something that you should never do. This is not financial advice, but never buy something when it just IPOs. It's the worst time to buy it. Unless you have the maddest conviction that it's going to go parabolic, which I thought, but yeah.
These IPO stocks rarely go parabolic off IPO. They did it because think about it, right? The company
There's
also
some speculation
need to sell. So even before the IPO, they've already in their boardroom. They already allocated. We're gonna sell 10% of our stocks once it's IPO because it's inflated. If you don't trap that money and actually put that liquidity in the books, someone else is gonna do it. The hedge fund's gonna sell it. So best for you to take the liquidity yourself and use it to keep running your company. So that's what essentially what has happened. Like they always like perfect example, the Deliveroo IPO. They were already in a loss before the IPO. Once the IPO, bro, they sold so much stock, the stock still hasn't recovered. So essentially it's the same. But obviously, I mean the markets are different. They launch in London. You know what I mean? US is a different beast. So yeah, man, it will be interesting. Like I think if you don't get in pre-IPO, there's no point in buying when it's IPO'd. Like you want to wait, let it cool off, and then see if it's a profitable trade to make.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I know it's like version of crypto, but in terms of like IPOs, if you think about it, how do you get to an IPO? You have to go through multiple rounds of funding from angel investors, seed rounds, Series A, Series B, D, and then all the way up into pre-IPO funding, which effectively means that there's a lot of people with their money stuck in this company, and they need to, see some actual gains sooner rather than later. So once the IPO happened, it's obviously a liquidity event, which means that it's tradable with retail. And I think it makes a lot of sense why these things crash upon listing. But
I just did a quick research, and they are planning to do a 100 million pre-IPO funding. And it's funny they chose 100 million because Robinhood just bought an exchange for around the same range. I think how much did they buy for? 200 million. 200 mil. So I guess and what do you know what exchange did they buy? Did the Robinhood buy? They bought Bitstamp. I've never used Bitstamp before. I think Bitstamp is Bitstamp is a Korean exchange, is it not?
No, it's a European one.
Okay, so European one. Okay, cool. So yeah, I mean, so I guess are we saying Bitstamp is more valuable than Kraken?
I don't
know, but yeah,
Kraken is more valuable than Bitstamp.
Okay.
Yeah, bear in mind what the Bitstamp 200 million takeover was for the whole company.
100 mil for a percentage,
or 100 million
was portion.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's interesting that Robinhood decided to do that. It looks like they're really trying to be aggressive in their expansion and trying to get into the European market as well.
I mean, this is the perfect time for expansion, whilst Binance is still trying to rally and get through the previous fall that they had, the CZ standing down. So yeah, it's interesting. It's very, very interesting.
Wait, just on that note, do you think that Robinhood can overtake Binance?
Hell no.
Oh, come on. No, wait. Let's slow down. Let's slow right down.
Hell no.
I had to ask a question, man. You
know what, yeah? I don't see it. I don't see it. I feel like their forte is stocks, and they've done a nice expansion to the cryptocurrency market. I think this time move will only further solidify the crypto move. But Binance, man, they are entrenched in this Bitcoin game, in this crypto game. So, like, yeah, nah. I
Definitely
don't
not.
see it happening. Even with all the turmoil that's happening to Binance, I don't see it happening, man. So, because Binance is not doing stocks; they're doing one thing and doing they focus on cryptocurrency. Robinhood is split between the two. You know what I mean? They have to fund their stock and they have to fund their crypto exchanges also. It's like when you got two things you got to handle, and you got one person that's doing one thing and they're doing it completely to the like best of their abilities, then like it got to show. And then the leadership, and if you think about it, right, even though CZ stand down for Binance, the guy that stepped up for it, Binance have not skipped a beat. Like BNB has just hit all time high. Granted, the reason why BNB hit all time high is because now if you stake a BNB on Binance, you can earn IO tokens. So IO is going to be launching on Binance at the end of, I think, at the end of the month, I think, around that time. So there's a period where you can farm IO token using your BNB. So I think people just went crazy and start buying BNB out of their mind. So that probably helped with the catalyst. But yeah, Binance have not skipped the beat. So what do you guys think, Harris?
I wouldn't say better than Binance, but I do think they can become like ubiquitous, and I think a lot of, especially meme coin traders, can use it because it's just an easy UI to buy. They've got gamification, and they've got nice incentive programs as well, like referral schemes. So I definitely think when they start expanding, I mean, they've already launched in the UK, but it's not as prolific as some of the other trading platforms yet. But I think once it starts to catch on, I think you'll see a lot more people using it soon. So before we jump off, I want to know what you guys are currently looking at, or what your current thesis is around crypto or specific sub markets within crypto, or if there's any particular tokens that you're looking at.
Memes.
Rick?
Right now. All right, no.
Only
I'm joking.
Only memes for you.
So right now, obviously, I think BNB breaking its all-time high and running up to 700 has been amazing. And I feel like BNB is showing some really strong strength recently as something that's leading everything altcoin. That's crazy. Like, yeah, it's one of the only altcoins to break its all-time high. That's been around for a long time. That's not a meme because obviously we've seen Flocky and Pepe beat its all-time highs. Other than Binance, I'm just generally bullish on obviously Bitcoin and Ethereum, but like lower cap gems, I'm just in memes because altcoin season hasn't started yet. I feel like there's more opportunities in trading memes right now than like my outside of this whole challenge thing I'm doing, my meme coin portfolio, which I didn't even call a portfolio. I'm just like, I'm just gonna throw this money away. It's done like 120%, and that was large cap memes like Flocky, Doge, Pepe, shit like that. It's done over 150% since January, which is I'm alright with that.
So for me, I mean, I think Rick kind of touched on a little bit. I think because of the ETFs for Bitcoin and Ethereum, they are plays you just can't ignore. So you definitely keep a close eye on that, see how they move, because that would definitely impact the overall market. And also keep an eye on Solana because I think it can definitely make a run towards its new all-time high again, 200 plus. We'll never know. But for me, I'm looking at, so I think China just they also now allowing people to trade. They're allowing people to KYC, so you can now trade in the China market as well now. So I think plays like Ontology, I'm looking at Say, I'm looking at Sushi Swap, for a potential move. I mean, they won't be the same gains as meme coins, but yeah, definitely one to keep an eye on in terms of like the mid cap, mid cap coins such as those and meme coins, like you guys said, because I think until retail's here, you can't say we have altcoin season. So one of the best things to kind of do right now to have a bit of fun is to just trade in and out of meme coins for a bit. So yeah, definitely meme coins one to keep an eye on as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it for me. What about you, Aris?
Yeah, man. I'm part of the meme coin hype as well. But what I've been doing recently is I've been doing a lot of event-based meme coin trading. So basically what that means is when there's a specific event that's coming up, front run it and then sell when the event actually happens or when it's at max hype. So one of the plays that I did was when Hunter Biden's trial began, or before the trial began, I got into a token called Hunt Bowden, and that did 100%, and then it started to drop after that. So I got a little bit of gains from that. I was expecting it to do a lot more, to be honest, but a win is a win. Another one is obviously Roaring Kitty updated his YouTube channel yesterday, and he's going to be streaming today, and he's already scheduled it. So I got into that. I was going to say early, but it had pumped a little bit. So I got into the AMC token, not the stock, the token on Solana. So I'm in that, and I'm
course
currently
not
at
the
50%.
stock, bro. Of course not the stock, bro. Come on.
I just have to clarify for the people.
Come on.
So yeah, because AMC is running with that meme coin narrative as well, and it hadn't pumped as much as the Roaring Kitty token or the GME token, I decided to get into that because I just saw a greater upside. Currently up 50%, so that's not bad. And we'll see what kind of multiples that we can do from there. But yeah, I'm really liking this sort of event-based meme coin narrative. It's working out for me. And yeah, I'll be doing that alongside some other meme coin trading as well. And I'll just probably start scaling out some of my profits into altcoin positions that I want to take soon.
Altcoin position, bro. Do you want to put your profit into BTC or something? At least have some sort of value stored, because altcoin could even drop off before altcoin season really rallies. It
could do. But I'm just looking for things that are sort of going to be undervalued. Because right now they haven't really taken off yet. So I just want to get a good entry effectively.
Oh, for sure, bro. Listen, if you want to do well for altcoin season, like these prices are probably some of the best prices you see in altcoins, like facts. Before the altcoin season starts. So yeah, man, like, if people want to start buying, like for sure, like that is a great move. Just have to hold.
Definitely. Well, that's the end of the podcast, and we will see you in the next one. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next Thursday. Peace.